Welcome to my channel. In this video, following topics are discuss a civil war in the time of fourth rightly guided Khalif Ali. May Allah be pleased with him. Please subscribe the channel to stay updated for more parts in the series. Efforts are made in making these videos, helps us spread the message by sharing and like our videos. Please comment. For any suggestion or views, your help is greatly appreciated. Thanks. Battle of Camel Jamal. Ali understood the situation. He wanted to avoid war, for it would disturb the peace and tranquility of the empire. With this object, he entered into peace negotiations with Talha and Zubair. But the people who made him Khalifa got alarmed at the negotiations. The peace in the empire was not after their choice. It meant their own doom. So, when all were asleep, they made a night attack on the troops of Aisha. People apprised Aisha of Ali in the morning, and she mounted a camel, which the battle is known as that of Jamal Camel, and went out. Talha and Zubair left the battlefield according to the terms of negotiations, but both of them, while running away, were caught and killed by the ruffians. Aisha now became the target of their attack, and a most fierce fighting took place. Aisha fought gallantly, but the battle came to an end in favor of Ali. The Battle of Camel ended the First Civil War. Ali treated Aisha with due honor and sent her to Medina, escorted by her own brother, Muhammad bin Abu Bakr. In 36 AH 656 AD, Ali transferred his capital from Medina to Kufa for his own convenience. After arriving in Kufa, he again wrote a letter to Muawiyah, telling him that in the interest of Islam he should submit to him. But Muawiyah sent a message refusing to submit till the blood of Uthman was avenged. He now excited the people by showing the blood-stained shirt of the murdered Khalifa and the severed fingers of the latter's wife, Naila. The Syrians who were loyal to Muawiyah wept over the tragic death of Uthman and had rallied round his banner. They were determined to avenge the blood of the deceased Khalifa. It was at this period that Muawiyah might have thought of becoming Khalifa himself when the powerful Syrians were at his back. Ali could have averted the danger if he were tactful. Muir writes, "Had Ali been wise, he would have used the angry Syrians to take vengeance on the regicides and in doing so crushed as well the rising rebellion of the Arab tribes. It can also be said that he would have nipped the ambition of Muawiyah in the bud and thus prevented the rise of the Umayyads to power. But Ali followed a different course. The Syrians realized the weakness of the Khalifa and raised a hue and cry against him for the blood of Uthman. In order to witness the growing indignation of the Syrians, Muawiyah detained the envoy of the Khalifa for a few days and then allowed him to go with his reply that he would submit to the Khalifa provided the assassins of Uthman were properly brought to book. Ali, finding no other way, was compelled to declare war against Muawiyah. Battle of Siffin. Ali, at the head of 50,000 men, marched out against Syria. At the outset, people were slack in answering to his call, but at last they rallied round the Khalifa. On learning of Ali's approach, Muawiyah, with a vast army, proceeded against Ali, and the two armies met at a place named Siffin. Ali did not want to shed Muslim blood in vain, and with this end in view, he sent 3 men to Muawiyah, asking him to submit in the interest of the empire of Islam. Muawiyah, in reply, demanded that the murderers of Uthman should be brought to justice. The demand was again refused by Ali on the same ground. At last the battle ensued. On the second day of the battle, Muawiyah became despised of victory. In order to avoid a crushing defeat, he, upon the advice of the Amr bin Az, had recourse to a ruse. He ordered the soldiers in the front rank to fasten the Quran to their lances as a sign that war should cease and that decision should be referred to the Quran. At this, the fighting was stopped, and it was decided that the decision should be left to two persons, one from Ali's side and another from Muawiyah's side, and they must abide by the decision of these two men. Abu Musa Ash'ari was appointed from Ali's party, and Amr bin as represented Muawiyah's party. In case the two could not come to any suitable agreement, the decision was to lie with the 800 men, and it would be settled by the majority of votes. The idea of Ali threw cold water on the schemes of the mischief-makers. They were against arbitration and hence a detachment of 12,000 who were called Khawarij, Khariji, while on the way deserted Ali and caused a great havoc to the empire. The Khawarij were a political party in Islam. They considered Abu Bakr and Umar as the only lawful caliphs and denounced others as usurpers. On the other hand, Abu Musa Ash'ari and Amr bin Az met at a place called Dumatul Jandal, and the verdict of the arbitrators was that both Ali and Muawiyah should give up the claim to caliphate, and another man should be elected as Khalifa. But the question of Muawiyah's position as governor of Syria was not discussed, so he was to be allowed to function as governor of Syria, while Ali was to be removed from the office of the Caliphate. The decision was one-sided, and it was not accepted as the country was passing through a crisis. As soon as the Khawarij came to know the decision, they rose in open revolt. These people coming out from Basra and Kufa began to create trouble all over the kingdom, and at last they met. At a place named Narawan, Ali, finding the decision unacceptable, made preparations for marching to Syria, but when he was informed of the Kharijite movement, he set out against Narawan instead of Syria. The Khawarij ceased to continue war, but they planted the seeds of trouble in Egypt. Ali had appointed Qais as governor of Egypt. He was an innocent man. Thinking him unable to cope with the situation, Ali appointed Muhammad bin Abu Bakr in his place. On understanding the situation, Muawiyah ordered Amr bin Az to invade Egypt. The governor of Egypt was defeated by Amr bin Az, and Egypt came under the sway of Muawiyah. The loss of Egypt was a severe blow to the kingdom of Ali. After this, rebellions broke out all over the land, and Ali, considering the situation, seriously agreed to conclude a treaty with Muawiyah. It was decided that Muawiyah would get Syria and Egypt, and the rest of the empire would remain under Ali. Thus, the conflict between Ali and Muawiyah came to an end. The civil war, which ended in the defeat and ultimately death of Ali, signalized the termination of the democratic rule of Islam. It also resulted for the first time in the rise of the Kharijite sect, who played the most important part in the history of Islam.